I thought I'd go on a deep tangent in this video. If anyone sees my previous videos, you might see that my mood fluctuates quite dramatically in a very short space of time. It's really because I transmute energy. It's not because I'm a lunatic. I mean, obviously, people can come up with their own idea, really, of that. But yeah, I do it because I transmute energy all the time. So if I'm feeling something, I'll process it there and then. I'm not someone that lingers with an energy. I don't sort of like take 2 or 3 weeks to come to terms with something and then start beating myself up about something that maybe's gone wrong. And I deal with it there and then. So if I'm feeling sort of the weight and the pressure on my life, then I'm going to feel that pressure in my life in all intensities in that moment. And yeah, it can be debilitating. And in so many areas, there's a lot of frustration in my life in terms of like lack of progress at times, even though I feel I deserve, what I perceive to be success. And like I said, this is gonna be quite a deep video. It's gonna blend between spirituality with my tarot cards, and it's gonna also just be me talking on topics, because what I want to do with this video is a little bit different to what I normally do. So I was with a family member yesterday, just talking, really just telling them really about like some of the signs I get in my life, the progress, the perceptions of other people, but also just really doing it to show them in their life that really you are the creator of your reality, and it's up to you. If you want to have something better for life, you want to be proud of yourself, then it's up to you to go after those dreams. And people will misunderstand at times; they will prejudge. And I said I might even make judgments on like what I perceive to be, perhaps failings and things on what you're doing, like at times, and that'd be my own internal thought process. But again, that's irrelevant, isn't it? But that's just my opinion. Like, you focus on you. None of us see all the pieces to the puzzle to other people's lives. So really, we're there every day with ourselves. So that's really where the conversation was starting. And then, like, I can go quite deep in conversation. I can have really deep, I think, quite inspiring conversations, really, that go maybe beyond the average person. But only if I feel someone can handle it. I think if someone can process and understand the conversation, I don't go deep with people who I think are like surface level or superficial. They don't think outside the box. There's no point. I just leave them to their own thing, and I'll just continue on my path. But if someone can handle a deep conversation, I'll go all over the place. So I'll talk about like the human 3D experience in terms of, for instance, I don't talk about my things to boost an ego. I do it to show people. So I do it for first-hand experience, and it's the easiest way for me to put things into perspective. For instance, I've achieved what I consider a life goal, but if you take away the fact it's a life goal, that was something from childhood, but take away that, it's a personal accomplishment. At the very least, we just call it a personal accomplishment. Now, the financial success hasn't come from it, but that doesn't devalue it to me. The way I just see it is the world hasn't caught up with me yet. I'm just too fast, perhaps. Or the stars haven't quite aligned yet. But that doesn't change how I view my achievement. And this is how the conversation was sort of going, really. It was a case of, there's so many tick boxes to our life, but if you could only have 2, like, let's say there's 4, and I did it in another video recently, actually, I spoke similar in that vein. And it was a case of, if you had certain events, what would you think is the most important? Like, I know a lot of people just gravitate to money, but then what that does, that places sort of an unnecessary, almost expectation on your life. It's just, everything's validation in that sense, isn't it? Because if you're going to quantify success by a value that either you attach or someone else attaches to it, then what happens when that value diminishes? Does your success then become irrelevant? These are all the things, like, so my personal feeling of accomplishment and success, it just comes from a personal feeling in myself, which can't be altered because it's not attached to the foundation of perceptions of others or validations and all those things. So there's no monetary value that signifies to me this is successful. It's a personal accomplishment. So for me, achieving the books, for instance, they are more significant than money. But so where the conversation was sort of going was the fact that my finances are quite poor at the moment. And that's fine. That's life, not a comfortable place, whatever. Does that make me feel, and again, you can look at the way I carry myself and all those things. People judge all the time, don't they? And it's like, it's fair. Of course, perceptions and all those things. Doesn't change. I don't feel low sometimes. It doesn't change that it does affect me sometimes because it affects your daily life, your quality of life at times. Yeah, the pressures on our life. So there are factors where it does absolutely hinder us, of course. But do I look like someone who lacks confidence in themselves currently by that status? That's up to people to decide that. I'm telling you now categorically in myself, no, I don't have a confidence issue. I don't have a self-worth issue. So my value of self is not attached to money, is it? And this is kind of where again, this is where that conversation was going. It was coming from that, where I was trying to explain it. Like people, if they know I'm struggling for money, so poverty. Let's say poor. I don't care. Let's say they. I see like we're gonna put a spiritual tangent on all this soon, and I'm gonna show that I know there's reasons to every little thing. Now, some people might think you're just validating something to make yourself justifiable, just to justify it. I understand every angle of every argument. I'm not a naive person. I get it, but ultimately, we're here to live our life, not mirror someone else's. I know what's true, especially to me, but I know what's definitively true. So it's not me. That's not. I know it's going to come across arrogance, but I know some people are just like closed-minded, and it's just that's their undoing, really. So if you look at the poverty, for instance, it doesn't actually make a lot of sense when you consider what I've been doing for such a long period of time. It like for me, there's an element that is outside of my control. I believe spirit, the universe there's lessons in all of this, and I understand every single lesson. I pick up on it quick. Frustrates the life out of me because I don't think it's fair, and I think I can learn the lesson quicker than making me suffer. But that by compounding that suffering, it makes you really ingrained. It ingrains it in you to your core. So effectively, let's say you're poor, it humbles you. You know what it's like to be poor. It makes you appreciate. I think when someone else struggles, like some people turn to like if someone struggled, some people turn to evil. If you like, they like to make others suffer because they suffered. I'm not vengeful like that at all. I learned the lesson, and I am more. I have more empathy for people, so I can understand where they're coming from. There's a TV show. I'm not going to go too aggressive here, but there was a TV show I was watching yesterday. It is was it? I think it's Boardwalk Empire. I'm really into that. I'm in season 2, and I think it's Margaret. If anyone's watched the show, she seemed quite in the first few episodes. She seemed quite rude to the what do you call them? The maids. But yeah, before she got her opportunity, where she moved in with someone and got privilege, she was really really poor. So she knows what it's like to be poor, and she knows what it's like to wait on people. And yeah, she was looking down at those and being really weird about it. And I just thought, that's not immediately. I know it's a TV show, but immediately I was just like, that's not right. That's not right. You was in their place not long ago. You should know how that feels, and you should be doing what you can to help them out in the same way you've got out of that situation. I know it's a TV show, but that bothers me, little things like that, because for that, if anyone watches me enough, you'll know the biggest trigger in my life, like the biggest trigger, it will make me snap quick, is injustice. I don't like it. So if I see something that's an injustice, I snap fast. I will stand up for the small person. I will speak up on topics that a lot of people are terrified to go near, because for me, it's everything. It's like I won't put up with it. I just won't. And look, I'm not here to sort of like boost an ego or inflate sort of status, but I tend to recognize situations before the average person. And it's very rare am I wrong. And I'm not saying that to posture. I don't follow trends. I don't follow people. I follow my heart and what I feel is right and true. So if you just look at the way Donald Trump is now, I know a lot of people saw him for what he was early as well, but there's a lot of people that had rose tinted glasses on. This is a guy who's got status that really shouldn't have status. He's got more power than his intellect can carry him, and he has no integrity and all those things. And there is accusations, which very strong accusations. It seems to be with evidence that he has had that he's abused women, and especially young women who maybe weren't even women, earlier in his life, which shows the morals of the man. But it also shows he needs to be held accountable. But he's trying to subvert the conversation, the narrative. So you just got to look at the character of someone. That is not a morally righteous person. And anyone that follows his narrative at the moment is incredibly naive, because anyone could have been a victim of him back then. And you look at the way he's treating people now, he has no care for humanity at all. He doesn't care about people. He's dangerous in that sense, you know. And I've been speaking about those topics for a while, you know, because I saw through him. Now, I will say this before, I don't want to go political. I did say before he came into office that it'll be good, that when he becomes president, that'll be good. And there was a reason I say that, and I still stand by it, in the sense that I knew he would churn up a lot of chaos. But reality is the political system, even around the world, isn't fit for purpose. You've got inept leadership, you've got corruption everywhere, and rarely does it serve the people. And the people who are in office to serve the people, they are supposed to be the voice of the champion, what you need. And it's so much corruption. So I knew when Trump comes in, he was going to cause a lot of hassle where you're going to see all the corruption in you. You're not even going to be able to ignore it. That's exactly what he's done. And I said that back then. You can go and find videos and all sorts of stuff I've said back then. And I stand by that now. Like, he's chaotic, but he's literally, the more he talks, the worse it gets. And it's like, we need that. People need to see it, and they need to see it real clear, because some people couldn't see it before. So we just need people to open their eyes, you know. But anyway, that's that side of things. Again, like I say, my life goes. The spirit listens to me all the time. So while I'm talking, cards might come out. This is literally celebration. I mean, it could be the marriage card, but realistically, that's just celebration. But yeah. So my life is entangled between a spiritual understanding of life, purpose, reason for conception, and also understanding the things we go through in our 3D reality. Like, we're all humans, we're all going to go through things. It's just some people are more in tune with why they're here and not, and other people are just blindly just navigating Earth. Nothing to say that's wrong. There's nothing to say that's bad, anything like that. But it obviously makes things a bit easier if you sort of understand why you're here and the purpose. Now, I've documented some of that in Lose Your Mind to Find Your Soul, the third book there in the middle. I've got another spiritual one that will come out perhaps next year. And we'll see what I touch on in that. But I've done plenty of videos where I talk on things, and I'm learning more about my journey, my purpose. And I've learned that through my own divination, my own visions, my own experiences. I get a lot of signs. And when I say signs, I talk about that a lot as well. But I've had it all over. Like, for instance, if I open TikTok up, I will get number synchronicities you wouldn't even imagine. Like, wouldn't even imagine. And I'm not saying it's every single video, but it's very frequent. And some of the numbers you wouldn't even think of. Like, we'll get, like, anyone on a spiritual journey gets used to, like, the bigger numbers, like the 444, the 77, the obvious. Sometimes I'll get a video and the person would have wrote information on the video, and they might have, one yesterday actually happened, and it said 143. They'd wrote 143. So these are like markers to say, if you see that, it's a good chance this is for you. Like, that's really important. Like, you're seeing the same number. Literally, I think it was 143 likes or 143 comments. It was one or the other. And I was like, wait a minute. 143 they've wrote, and I'm seeing 143 on the video there on the stats. That was crazy. Like, that's, you know, I found that more remarkable than 444 and that, because I see those numbers all the time. But it's when you see a number that someone's attached to a video to say, this is for you. If you have these are little markers to look for. And I've literally got the marker in my face. And these are all pointing towards success, potential opportunity. I get a lot of signs that someone famous, a celebrity, or someone of influence is aware of me and they're impressed. And I'm thinking, okay, that's nice. You know, again, I'm not being with an arrogance there. It's just that I treat everybody the same. You know, it's not. And again, I think that's important, because I'm sure people in that position are fed up with people, you know, not that I say worshipping them, but just acting different around them. You know, we all want to just be normal. There's like, or not, I always say we all. Some people just love freaking spotlight. But I think the average person, even if they crave the spotlight, I don't think they'd be able to handle it. The lack of privacy, the lack of ability just to be free to do it, to go anywhere, you know. And I personally, I think it would be weird for people to treat you different. I think that's the thing. You'd want people to talk to you on a human level, not from status, you know. And I think that's the thing. So, yeah. So I think if stars align, they're aligning for a reason. If you're on someone's radar, you was put on the radar. That's how I see it. In the same way, I know I know that my financial struggles aren't a reflection of me, but they're lessons for me. It's also a lesson for other people because it was a conversation I was having yesterday. It was a case of people will judge me when I'm poor. They'll have an interpretation of me and they'll put me in a box in their mind. Like maybe he's not worth my time. Maybe he's not, your status is lower. It's really strange to me, this, because I'm the same version of me now that I'll be, of course we evolve a little bit and we grow, but overall I'm still me. It's just the me that's working towards something better. I'm investing in myself. So during that process of personal investment, people will judge you and put you in a box. But I find it quite strange that, let's say you become wealthy one day, or maybe people do recognize you and you've got a status. I find it quite interesting then that people's opinion of you changes. So now all of a sudden you're worth their time, or maybe now they're desperate for your time, or they put you on a pedestal and all those things. It's like, for me, that's really strange because it's just, I was still here before that. To judge someone based on their financial situation, I think it's just really stupid personally. It doesn't define you. So if you see someone struggling, so even in life, you see someone just like maybe they're homeless and they're sitting by the side. That you don't know the trauma they've been through. You don't know their life story, and until you take time out to actually listen to them, you don't know who they are. They may have just fallen on hard times. It might be they've had a personal trauma, a tragedy. It's just like literally they've had a hard time processing. They want to take time out, but the world don't give you time to take a time out. I get fed up with things like that myself. You want time out to recover from something. You want time out to heal. Whatever it is, the world does not cater to it. So that level of investment in self, it always is a balancing act. And I always say that. Like I've said it recently. It's annoying having to balance the present with potential. You're built towards something better, but you still have to live in the reality of today. And it's like, that's really hard. You don't have enough hours in a day. So take away money, take away status, take away privilege and all that stuff. And just think about life if you had to process a trauma. That's something deeply personal and you don't know how to process it. Or you have just, because everyone's different. You can't ask people to be a mirror of you. Like I have strong character. Like I'm mentally, I can process a lot. Even, it doesn't mean I don't feel it. I just process it quick. So it consumes me even for a couple of days. My head can feel like it can explode. I could be in tears. I cry quite often sometimes, not say all the time, but I have moments when I cry. And I can feel sorry for myself because I feel like so sad sometimes by the way my life is. Sometimes I'm confident and I'm really, really, really going after my dreams. Other times I'm feeling so sad for myself that I don't have half the things I want. They're the most crucial things. So I feel sad sometimes, and it's like, but I process it and then I get up, and I understand some people they struggle to do that. So does that make them inferior? Does it make them worthless? That's ridiculous. People fall on hard times. But it's sad that some people struggle to get back up because society just doesn't allow them to get up, I see it so many times where, let's say someone's homeless and they're trying to apply for jobs, but they haven't actually got a permanent residence or they haven't got a bank account or there's something stopping them from filling in the process and they can't get a job because of it. And you've got to think about this as well, like where the work situation is. How do you get to those places if you don't have a means of transport? I know some people say walk. It's unpractical. You can't ask someone to walk a full day shift, and then if they're really poor, they're struggling to put a meal together. So how the hell do you have the energy? Think of it. People don't do any of that. They're always quick to judge. And this is what I'm saying about when I saw that TV show, and she wasn't even supportive, and I thought this is not right. You've experienced that. You should be freaking helping people. At least at the very least, have compassion for them. And I get really fed up with society, how people are quick to posture above people and then they're quick to judge them. Not realizing that at any moment, any of us could be in that situation. It's not very hard for us to lose everything. So positions and statuses of things we are in life, nothing's guaranteed to last forever. So I think people need to find humility in their life. Like, I know this is a bit of a rant, but these again injustices. I get really, really aggravated. I don't like it when people think they're better than other people. We're all at varying stages of life. We all process things different, and just because some of us maybe have a higher intelligence or higher ability to handle things, it doesn't make us better than someone else. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like it. So anyway, I have no doubt that the position I'm in is more of a test for everybody else around me. Personally, I watch and I'm like, yeah, you're going to be in for a bit of humble pie one day. And one thing I don't ever seek is revenge, and I actually get really, really annoyed when I hear about it. So, like I said, when I get signs of a beautiful future. Not even that far into the future, to be honest. It seems to be coming quick, even though it doesn't seem it. But then I know anything comes out of the blue. I also get signs that people who have maybe have done bad to me and all those things, it's like they'll have to watch and they're going to have to learn, and it's going to be, it's going to bother them a lot, and they're going to go through some things now like you have, and it's like I don't care about any of that though. Like I don't care. I don't really want people suffering. I just want people to heal and learn. Like, but if you're not part of my life, you're not part of my life. I'm not a fool. I don't take people back like that. But just grow, man. I don't really want to see people. I don't. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't justify anything. I'm not a revenge sort of person. What does it do for me if someone's suffering? It doesn't do anything. It's like there's no point to it. There's no point to it. It's like I'm already growing. I've already moved on, whatever the hell the situation was. So anyway, like I said, I pull in spirit. I'm going to. Oh, well, okay. What did I just say? An opportunity's coming, and it's supposed to be coming quite soon out of nowhere, even though I don't see it. And now literally we got. Oh, I don't know which one's going to be better to show. We literally got the Queen of Pentacles, which is like an independent, financially stable um, person, but it's coming quick. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. I ask spirit all the time questions in my own personal life. I don't put everything on camera. This is where the spiritual part is going to come in here. Look, I don't talk from ego, and I know some people will consider it so, but it's up to them. I share just for the experience, and hopefully it opens their minds to whatever they're going through. The one thing is, we all have our own unique soul contracts. We all have a purpose for being here, and we have like checkpoints, like chapters to experience. And it's important that we learn from them, and then we can go on to the next chapter, the next soul contract. Otherwise, you'll keep repeating the cycle until you figure it out. And then you'll experience something else. So my journey is not a mirror of someone else's journey. Mine is mine. Now, for the most part, I consider the fact that the majority of people are here to evolve their soul. Fundamentally, that's the point. You may have an impact on others. It might be part of your journey. That might be some of the soul contracts. But ultimately, it's to increase your vibration. It's to learn from situations. And that could be good and bad. It's just as much to learn in wealth and privilege as there is in poverty, and loss. So there's a lot of things we learn in tragedy and hardship. Of course there is. It really, really pushes us to test ourselves and outgrow something. And it really, that's a real challenge. But also, think about it. If you've got power and privilege and wealth, there's so many factors to figure out with that. It's like, first of all, do you lord over people? What do you do with that opportunity, But then how do people treat you as a consequence? The way people treat you may be very, very superficial. So can you trust people? All those things. It's like, wait a minute, everything changes when you've got money. So like your life is probably like less safe as well because people want what you have. There's so many layers. So I personally think there's a lot we can learn in any walk of life. So it's up to us to learn the lesson in it, of course. But knowing my journey and understanding it more and more every day, I know, like for instance, I always felt my journey was about evolution the same way everybody else is. And of course, there is part of that in life, in a sense, we go through the stages. But I do understand my journey a lot deeper now, and my journey isn't about evolution because I've heard it. I've felt it in myself. I've asked my cards, got clarification. I've also asked. I've had other very gifted people tell me very similar things, and this is my last lifetime, unless I choose otherwise. So we do have choices on the other side in spirit. Yeah, again, if people are not interested in this, that's up to them. It's just this I'm aware of, so this isn't something that's open for interpretation in my eyes. I'm already aware of it. It's too much has happened, so I know this is my last lifetime if I choose to. So what else I'm learning is that I was asked to come down here for this experience. Humanity goes through periods of growth. We overcome certain things. If you actually go through history, every century there was like an era of something. This is the era of deep, profound change where the earth is shifting. I'm getting goosebumps now. People are waking up, and I'm part of that process to wake people up. So I was specifically asked to come and fulfill this journey, this perhaps destiny. And I took on that, and from my understanding, and again, I'm still learning as I go, processing all these things, the feelings, and everything else that comes through of my sort of like a ranking on the other side. Now, these are not definitive, and I'm not really that bogged down by it. I'll know when I return, won't I? I know when this lifetime finishes. But I am getting a lot of signs that I have a significant ranking on the other side. So when I think about that, it kind of makes sense. Oh, freaking hell. There is a level of arrogance and ego in this card, of course, but it does show someone creative, someone fiery, someone, you could say sexy or whatever. But I mean, I'm not thinking that in this card, but it does say a fiery nature. Um, yeah. But anyway, so that's it's weird the spirit's jumping in there. But yeah, so from that point of view, I know I have something that's going to happen on the other side for me. Like, I don't know where I fit in. I'm still trying to understand it. Because the thing is, I understand the echelons in the spiritual realm are significant. Each jump is a massive jump. And I don't think the average person could understand that. So, for instance, on the other side, you might have a situation where there's someone in your lineage, or it might be someone who is going to go on an adventure that you're familiar with, your soul is familiar with, or so many reasons. You may, on the other side, be a spirit guide for someone else in this lifetime. So you don't come down, but someone, for a reason, you've been assigned to them. Maybe not even the whole way through life, but you'll be there and you'll be helping them. So that would obviously require someone of a certain vibration to be able to take on that role. It's not going to be someone that's really low vibrational, because there wouldn't be much help. So it's going to be someone of a certain vibration. Then you've got guardian angels, and you've actually got the angels, and you've got ascended masters, the Jesus, the Yeshuas, the Buddha. Then we've got like thinking archangels. Then you've got the Council of Light, and I'm not sure if there's anything in between all those things. But each jump is freaking huge. So I think to say that, so if you even if you was a guardian angel, that's not to be taken lightly. That's significant. I just don't know where I fit in yet on the echelons and things, but I'm getting signs that it's quite significant. So effectively, I'm not going to say, we'll have to just an example. I'm not saying this is it. I'm just talking for an example. Let's say you're an angel. Let's say you're an angel in spirit, and you've been assigned to come here to help elevate humanity. Well, then that's what you're going to come and do, isn't it? And then when you go back to source and spirit, you'll go back to the ranking that you are, and you'll go back into training to whatever it is you're supposed to do on the other side. And I understand that. So it all makes sense to a degree, because I'm not someone that can be coerced, manipulated. I can't be bought. I'm not a sellout. I don't do any of those things. My integrity is too high. And then when I piece together the puzzle and I find out certain things, it's like, that makes sense. Because my life is all about, it is a righteous path. And it's not like I'm doing it artificially. It's literally how I feel in myself. I just won't be budged on things. Again, I'm not saying these things to posture above anyone. I'm not interested in all that shit. I'm just opening people's eyes, because what I'm saying is I have these conversations in my private life if I'm with someone who understands that sort of thing. These are deep conversations that you have, because I piece the puzzle together and I understand it all. So it's just really understanding our role on Earth. I haven't really asked anything specific of my guide yet. Oh, wow. Look, we're talking about angels. Temperance. I see temperance as healing, as peace. We've got a freaking rainbow above. Do you know what I mean? I say that. That's what I'm saying. They're always answering me. Even the bottom is like community. But this is what I'm saying. Like, people can put down to whatever they want, but it's like, I'm not going to minimize my life, my journey to appease people. We've already established I'm not interested in that. Carrying a weight on your shoulders, a heavy load. It's a heavy burden to carry, this life, for sure. Hell yeah, people will never understand the level of pressure and the weight I carry every day. I'm not saying other people don't go through that, of course, but it is a lot on a regular basis. The other thing I was going to say there, if gifted, like for instance, I can make statements and people think, oh, he's full of shit, blah blah blah. What I would say is, there's many gifted people out there who can also do tarot and can do things, and if spirit allows them to connect to my energy, I have no doubt they will get very similar responses about me if and so spirit allows them to know, you know. So I'm confident in that, you know. This isn't just me delivering a message. I have no doubt others will know that too, because I've had very gifted people tell me. I've had people come out of the blue, out of nowhere, just to tell me stuff when I wasn't even telling them anything, you know. And it was like so random. But spirit will tell us what we need at a given moment, you know. If they need to tell us something, they're going to tell us it. Oh, freaking hell, man! These are all very positive posturing, aren't they? The emperor now, you know, the ultimate leader. Hmm. Yeah, they don't mess about. Yeah. Well, this is all I really want to do. Really, is just introduce people to like a significant part of my life, because a big part of my life is the spiritual aspect. I blend all my, you could say knowledge, wisdom, whatever, but I blend it all into one with merging it. You know, so the thing when I look at life and I go through obstacles, it's never just this human obstacle. It's every interpretation you can absolutely imagine. It's the lesson I need to learn in it, what I need to overcome, but then also what does spirit want from me in this situation? What am I supposed to do? You know, what's the deeper reason that goes beyond the obvious? And I'll literally I'll figure it all out. You know, I'll get them to talk. I'll get them to help me as well and things like that. You know, I'll use my cards to, because I usually know the answer. Weirdly enough, like it'll be sitting in my mind, and then I'll go. I'm just going to ask them, and they'll get a confirmation one way or another, like yes or no. Usually yes. You know, but there's enough no cards in this deck. You know, it's not just this isn't freaking just full of yeses. It's literally anything. So they will answer me however they please. But I did one recently where I was asking very, very specific individuals about how well they think I'm doing. I was asking my guides, I asked Archangel Michael, I asked Jesus, I asked Buddha, I asked the Council of Light, which the essence is God, but people keep saying God. I don't really say God, I just think Council of Light. Um, and they oversee everything, you know. So, tower moment. I can't remember what I was asking about. I think that's when I was saying about like where they can say no if they want to and things, and this is like the ultimate no cards. I did wonder that when I said it, I was expecting the three of swords because I thought they're going to say no now to make the point. And then we got the tower. Again, it'd be easier for people to go back in the video than it is for me to just remember exactly what I just said. But yeah, that was interesting because I was literally expecting the three of swords because that's usually my no card, but that's like the tower's like the absolute no card. If you was asking yes no for sure. But of course, it's not no in the sense if you had like other cards following it, it could be like this is the cat. There's a huge life changing event happening. So it's not always like that's bad. But in that sense, yeah, that was the no card for the no conversation. Like I say, I often ask about things like that, where spirit sees me at the moment, what I need to be working on. Um, I don't do it. It's not like a validation, you know. I'm not trying to justify. It just helps provide some peace when you're going through hardships. Like if there's a lesson in it, it's like okay, I get it, but this isn't fun anymore. Like this isn't fun anymore. Like let me free, let me free. And I keep getting excited. Oh look, it's so like I see it as innocence because it's if it, is it the page or the thing? Yeah, page. So it's like a very youthful, um, courageous person. You know, there's an innocence to it. It's almost like a naivety, but you sort of like even if you don't know where you're going or why you're doing it, you're still going to keep doing it. You know, so you don't necessarily know the exact outcome, but you'll still keep trying. It's like a bravery. Yeah, that's what I like about that card. Innocent bravery. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. Um, it's just I come into this video not really thinking exactly what I'm going to ask because I don't like to repeat questions because I already asked what everybody thought about my journey recently, and I don't like to prod them multiple times. It's because my guys get really annoyed with me if I ask the same question over and over. They won't answer me sometimes, you know. So I guess, but then that's the connection between me and them. It's not to justify things, you know. Hopefully, people just see the little snippets and can see the connection through whatever I'm doing at a given moment, you know, rather than me like waiting for something very specific. But like I say, the conversation yesterday was more about like where I see where the future's coming. Oh, now the card come and all those, and this is like sneaky jealousy. There's people that are just jealous of what I'm doing. They're jealous of my progress. And it's sad. Enough card just fell on the floor. I sure did. I'm expecting. I bet I'll get the thief card now. Who knows? Oh, I don't know if it's upside down now. Nine of Wands. I'm not sure if Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior or not, but it's anyway. It's having to stand your ground. So look, deceptive. That's like jealous, deceptive energies. Just stand your ground against. But I can't remember what I was asking about. I think I was talking about the fact that I was talking about my journey. Yeah, and there are people that are jealous and things. It's just sad. Yeah, so I don't waste my time worrying about how people perceive me. You can like me, don't like me. It's irrelevant. There was something my daughter was going through actually recently. She's getting so smart. It's crazy. And I can't remember how she said it, but she said to me, she said, you've raised a, I can't remember what it says. I don't know if it's a powerhouse or something, but she's like, and I said, right, so you get it now, do you? Like, because she's really, like, even her words are getting really good now. Like, there's issues with people, like ex-friend groups are causing trouble, and she's got incredible rebuttals to say to them. But I always say to her, because it's really good, like what she comes up with, and it's like paragraphs. She used to hate me sending her text messages with paragraphs. She'd always call it paragraphs. I'm not reading that; it's too much. She hated it. But now she's writing in longer breaths, like of conversation, and it's really good. And it puts people in their place. Like it's that sharp and that deep, and it's so profound. And I'm like, that's great, well done. And it's nice because I get to see the influence I've had on her. Of course, she's credit in her own right. It's her own, she's the one growing and developing in her own way. But it's nice to just see that positive influence I've had, when I get to see her be strong. And that's one thing I've always wanted her to be, because she's got this beautiful, charming personality where she's funny and she's compassionate. But I've always known that make you vulnerable. You do need to learn to be strong on your own, and be able to stand up to things, and don't allow it to affect you so much, because things used to affect her a lot, it made her vulnerable because she's so empathic. So she needed to find that strength in herself where your self-worth isn't attached to how people perceive you, because that's going to really, really bother you throughout your whole life. If that happens, you're going to find yourself having breakdown after breakdown because you can't understand why people don't like you. And it's like, you shouldn't even care why that is. People's insecurities are not your problem, But anyway, so she's been getting stronger and stronger. And she did something recently, and I just said to her, I was like, that's really right. That's really, really good, what you've just said. But the only thing I was thinking at the beginning, and this is what I said to her, I said, is whether you even need to send it. Like, it's all right to have the words and the intelligence and and perception and things. And you can put someone in their place. And you can win an argument. But you've got to ask yourself, do you even need the argument? There's a consequence to everything we do, of course. You have to understand that every time you do something or you speak on something, there are ramifications for you or for someone else. You don't know how people react to it, again, for good or bad. But so you have to be calculating. You have to be. You can't just be recklessly just out there trying to think, I'm righteous, I'm right. I'm just gonna say what I want, and I'm just gonna hurt you because I can. No, there's a responsibility with that. Words have just as much impact as like physical actions. And I think it's really important to find a balance. And her answer to that was, but for me, I want to stand up for myself and say it. And I thought, well, okay, then do it. If that's how you feel, because that's not to say you shouldn't do anything because there's a problem with that as well, isn't there? Then you never say anything because you've got the words, you can effectively make someone cry. You can make someone insecure. You can literally hurt them through something you say, because it can hurt them deep, So it doesn't mean you could never say anything, because it's like, well, if sometimes people need to hear something. But like I said to her, people don't necessarily have to listen. So don't just because you've got something you want to get off your chest and you feel someone should now stand there and listen to whatever you're saying, it doesn't mean they will. So life is all a balancing act. You just got to you pick your battles. That's what I said. But to witness her getting stronger, I loved it. Then I asked my cards yesterday, like the other day, because we were talking. I think it was Tuesday. We're on Thursday now, I think. I asked how like Spirit thinks she's getting on, and she got beautiful cards. She got overcoming heartache and loss to be like this real confident, really, really confident. It was like, this is nice. I thought, oh, well done, you. Like, she's doing great. And I'm so proud. Like, I was just so proud of her. Like, and apparently, her friends have said, I hope they're terrified of one day getting a paragraph. That's what they call it. I thought, that's great. because you want your children to go out into the world and have that be able to take care of themselves. You know. Wow, yeah, the conflict. Talking about all that conflict and things, that's what we get in here. Um, so again, accountability. It's like you've got you've got to be able to handle what comes from what you do. So yeah, and I have that in my own life. I make sure that if I feel strongly about something, I really don't care about the consequences. But I am aware all the time of the potential fallback from anything I do. But some things for me are just bigger than me. I'm not scared of the end, if you like. I'm not like trying to be morbid or anything, but I'm not scared. Where spirit needs to put me out, they'll put me. I've just got a card. I don't know what it is yet. Oh wow, that's really in tune. That's what I was talking about as well. That's what I was about to say. That's very, very in tune with spirit source, literally. And I was about to say that, like, wherever spirit needs me, I'll be. What they need me to do, I'll do. And what they decide is my time. How my time ends and when it ends is their decision. It doesn't phase me. I'll go back to source in whatever capacity that is when I'm there. And that's our natural state anyway. So I'm not scared to be back to my natural spirit. But while they need me in this earth to have an impact, I'll have that impact, And I think once you understand your soul contracts, you're not so attached to this. You don't get attached to the superficial so much. Yeah, I have desires and wants just like everybody else, but I understand there's a bigger thing going on here, and it's important that we fulfill whatever it is we're to do. Otherwise, it's a bit of a waste of a lifetime. I think personally. But what I'm really proud there is that I know when my time is up, I have helped develop and create an absolute powerhouse in my daughter, and it's going to be interesting how her life develops and what she does, And again, she's here for her own reason. I just played a part in her development, But it's her. She has her life path in the same way I have mine. Hers is she's not inferior to me or anything, Just because I'm her dad doesn't make me superior to her. It's that whatever she's here to do, I hope she fulfills it, and I hope she figures it out. In the same way, I'm here for my own mission, whatever it is. But yeah, I just feel like watching her grow, it's like development has been incredible. Especially when you feel like, when I think about what she's been through, so many people have been buried going through what she's been through. Like, it's incredible, but she's processed it like I do. You just take it on, even if it's really, really debilitating and it's unfair. It's incredibly unfair. But yeah, anyway, that's her journey. Oh, the card comes out. Oh, I said that's her journey. Then we get the freaking Two of Cups, like a soulmate. I love that. I love that. I said that as well, weirdly, in the conversation I was having with the family member. I said the two things I would want more out of all of it. You could have the reputation, recognition. You could have wealth. These are the two less important things to me. These are the two less important things. Or you can have the personal successes, like where I've done my books and it's life goals. You've actually done something with your life. For me, that's far more important than money. Money can't buy personal success. Money can give you status. Money can distract you. It can give you an inflated opinion of yourself or any perceived success that's not really a success, is it? There's nothing real substantial behind it. It's all meaningless. The reputation, people's opinion of you, that's fleeting. That changes like the wind. You could be up, you could be down. People's opinions change all the time because it comes from their own narrative anyway, and perceptions and all those things. These are all relevant to me. The two things that matter to me more is that I have the personal success that I create. It doesn't matter if it's recognized. I know what I've done. I'm proud, but also, I have a best friend for life in my daughter, and that's literally what Spirit has just said. Where's the card gone? Where was it gone? Oh, I've lost it now. I don't know if I kept shuffling. But yeah. So our bond is unbreakable, and people have tried to come against us, tried to ruin it. Never worked. So I'm blessed in that way. I'm blessed in the sense that I have direction in my life, and I have a purpose that can't be interfered with because I'm too strong to allow any interference. I set boundaries quite firm. I'm more than happy to go through life solo, but I also have like a soulmate in my daughter. Now, people sometimes think soulmates are always romantic. That's not the case at all. Your soulmate could be a pet, but in this case, my soulmate is my daughter. And I just thought, what a beautiful blessing from the universe. to give me someone I literally trust with my life as my daughter. Like that is the ultimate blessing. So yeah. Anyway, that I thought that was nice. Trying to think what else to really say now to ask, because I really want to get back to purposes and things like that, because it's just a little bit of direction to people. I want to open people's eyes to the fact that everyone has the capacity to do these things. It's about increasing your vibration and then learning how to do it. So my book, Lose Your Mind to Find Your Soul, will open people up deeply. I'm not doing that. If anyone knows me, I don't like personal promotion shit. I don't do it. But it will really help people develop their spirituality. Personally, I know it will. Oh wow! So we've got the moon is things like not being seen. It can be fears, but it can also be things that are being hidden at the moment. So we've got the moon there in that sense, but they've also got this innocence. When I said about that little bit of bravery, but then you've also got the will. So something's changing. It's going to be a significant change in life, connections, in whatever way that is being perceived. But again, you can't see it happen. You can't see it coming. And again, what did I say at the beginning? That's what I keep getting signs of. Something is imminent. Something quite substantial. It's one of those where I'm just fed up hearing it. I'm now of the notion to spirit, even though in my heart I know it's true. I've been waiting for things to happen for a long time, and I knew it's going to happen at some point in my lifetime. So of course, the day it happens, it's going to be a surprise. But then it's a surprise, but then it was hardly surprising. It's just more like the timing now is surprise. That's really what that comes down to. But now I'm sort of like challenging the universe. Stop giving me signs and just show me it. I don't want to keep hearing this is coming and I'm still waiting another 2 years. It just annoys me. I just think I've had enough of the signs now. It's like, let's just start moving forward, because I'm fed up repeating this cycle now. It's not like I can't handle it. It's just boring to me when I'm going around these circles. Like, you put me in poverty. It's like you go through this, you go through this. It's like I can handle poverty for the rest of my life if I have to, but it's boring because there's no more lessons. It's not like I'm like craving to have luxury. It'd be nice to have those things, but it's not that. It's just I'm someone who likes evolving. There's nothing to learn in this lifetime now. Like if it's gonna be a life of poverty, I've literally outgrown it. There's no lessons in it. We can repeat the cycles for eternity. Let's say he was a vampire, is it vampires that live on forever? I think it's vampires. I don't know. But anyway, let's say he lived on this plane of existence forever. It's like once you've mastered it, there's nothing to challenge you. There's no test. It's boring. That's where it'd be for me. But like I said at the beginning, there's lessons to learn in struggle and poverty and all that and loss. And there's also lessons to learn in wealth, privilege, opportunity, luxury and all that, because it tests your character. And it also tests your vulnerabilities and things, because it's a complete contrast to the other struggle, but there's still so much to learn in that. I haven't had that lesson in this lifetime yet. Doesn't mean previous lifetimes I didn't, but I've no doubt that I will master that side of it as well. I'm not even fazed by it. And that's not a naivety. I've really visioned everything. I know how I'm going to handle it. I'm not even bothered. So sometimes I get signs that you're worried about being in the spotlight. And I'm like, I really don't. Yeah, I want to be able to keep my independence and privacy, and I will. But again, this is what I'm saying. I've already thought it all out. I'm not going to give people unlimited access to me, because I never offered that. Let's see what this says. Oh, freaking hell. This is what I'm talking about. You see me shuffling them. Now, that's financial independence. It's incredible wealth, but it's also like generosity. Get goosebumps. Because that's what I intend to do. I'm not always going to make it public. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to, even when I'm in that position, I'm not always going to make it public that I help people. I'll do it my own way. And again, I follow spirit. So spirit encourage, like if I feel a deep feeling in myself, an urge to go towards this person, I help this person, I bloody well will. If anyone ever thinks I'll go against spirit, source, like if you want to say God, but I don't say council, like what they ordain on me, I'll fulfill. So if there's an individual, even if I don't like the individual, if there's something about them, whatever it is, if spirit wants me to provide a blessing to someone, I'll do it. It goes bigger than me. I'm not an egocentric person. Whatever they need me to do, if I'm to provide that blessing, it's not, I don't see it as it's from me, it's from them. That's what I'll always follow. So if spirit doesn't want me to help someone, I won't. And I don't care how the external world feels about it, because I'm not here to placate to people. In the same way, I'm not here to give all my time to everybody. I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to help people, but they can help themselves. Is that a throat chakra thing? Who knows? Hmm. So again, I would be very like, privacy is important to me. I'm an independent person. I like my boundaries. I like solitude. So I'm good in public settings. I'm good with people. I can be like a social butterfly, and I like it sometimes. But I do have a side to me that needs to re-energize. It exhausts me. Be around people all the time. I don't like it. I can handle. I can be around them, but it drains me. So I like that space. If people can't respect boundaries, then they can't always expect you to respect them. So I'm already saying these things before I'm in that position. So if I'm ever in a spotlight and people are harassing me, and then they get a reaction they don't like, and then your reputation is diminished, it's like, I said all this going in. Don't act so surprised when I'm there. I still want to live a normal life, and I will make sure I get to live a normal life. Because for me, the opportunities are not to establish status. It's to allow me the platform to be able to go on to the next stage of my journey. Where there's going to be lessons, there's going to be evolution, there's going to be growth, but then also I'll process that and share it with other people, and it'll help other people who are going through similar things. And also, if I have a level of luxury, I can help other people who I feel called to help. So on the one, it's always going to be in life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what status you are in life. There's always going to be some people who respect you. There's going to be some people that hate you, and there's going to be some people who are not quite sure, but they'll be influenced by others. It's not for you to worry so much about the narrative. So the world could hate me for all I can, but it's like they're seeing what they want to see. The world could love me for all I care, and it's like, again, it's irrelevant. It's all perceptions. It's not me not caring. It's just like well, I suppose it is in a way, isn't it? Because it's irrelevant. It really is. All I want to do is be happy. And being of service to Spirit Source, actually, it's something that fulfills me, and it makes me happy. I've always liked doing good, being nice, being kind to people, but I also speak up on injustices and betrayals, and I don't let anybody walk over me. So yeah, there's a hard side, there's a soft side, but it's like, you get what you give, So if you give me hassle, you're not going to get a soft side of me, are you? So why would I give you that? The soft side to me is precious. It's only really for people I trust and very special, select few. The average person wouldn't get that side of me, because why should they? Like, I'm a private person in general. I can share what I want to share and things, but overall, like, you could get people. Do you know when you get the paparazzi and they take photos? I think that's so pathetic. But they'll get bored with me. I might be indoors for like 2 or 3 weeks. It's like, well done. Good luck getting any information. Oh, he's in the garden. Oh, well done. That's a news story, is it? He's in the garden. Freaking hell. Take a break. Oh yeah, spotlight. Literally, that's what that is. Fame, spotlight, special, whatever. Again, I'm just shuffling. You can see the shuffle. I've got no idea before I pick the card up what I'm getting. It's like I'm just letting spirit answer it. Hopefully, it opens people's eyes to things. Like I say, I see the deeper reasons to the suffering, to the struggle. People rarely get a glimpse into our own individual lives. You don't see the frustrations I have. Like if we could talk my own personal frustrations, my home. Everybody, there's always levels. There's always levels, isn't there? Like, you might think, oh, fed up here, I want something better. Then you see something worse and it makes you appreciate what you've got. So my brother has a flat. It's a bit tighter. Bedrooms are small. And I had to go there the other day. And then I was like, made me appreciate my home when I got home, I was like, I got a house. But with my house, sometimes it's some of the floorboards are not even. Some of them like make noise when you're walking on them. They might even flex slightly. Some of them that bothers me a lot. Like, I'm someone that I get triggered by certain things, and it gets into my sears into my soul. In my kitchen, it's not even flat. It's not even. It will literally it degrades as you go like in a certain area, and there's sometimes bumps might protrude through. And so it's not 100% even. That bothers me a lot. Like, I know these are stupid things, but to me, it's like, this is irritating shit. And the living room isn't very big and things. It's I've made it as comfortable as I can. Like, I call it cozy, but it's like, this is really annoying, and it's quite dark a lot of the time because of the layout of the house. It's just really strange. So it's So the back's sunny and the front is darker sometimes, and it's like, this is just drives me nuts. Your eyes adjust to it, so you get used to it. But if you go out and come back in, you go, bloody hell, it's dark in here. I'm just saying. And then I go around my mum's home, who's got a bungalow, and it's really, really nice. And you're like, this is nice. Like, it's so much light everywhere. So like, in my own life, I'm frustrated at very many times of my own personal circumstance. I recognise some people have it worse, but there are levels, and it's like, it'd be nice just to have something nice. My garden's really small, so I don't want to sit there. There's no privacy, there's no space. So if you used to sit there, you'd only hear the other neighbours sitting in their garden. It's like, I don't like that. I want somewhere that's like a sanctuary. I want little trees everywhere and bushes and things and flowers and stuff, and I can just sit there. And it feels like a sanctuary where I can just sit in peace. I don't want to hear loads of shit when I'm out and chilling out. But again, this is like, majority of people don't get that, do they? So it seems impossible sometimes. And I'm sure other people aspire to have the things I want is what they want too. It'd be nice to have a driveway. These are little silly things, aren't they? But it's like, I'd like that. That'd be nice. I would like a driveway. Somewhere I actually keep my car and I ain't got to keep fighting for a parking space. So, there's frustrations. These are little frustrations, aren't they? But they mount. You add that to that to that to that. And it's like, oh, I just want to upgrade. Really want something nice for once. Like nice. But again, there was like a few years ago when I got the house, I was so excited. I'd moved from a flat, and it's again, you always want to elevate. I think, oh well, celebration. So maybe I will get the things I want. Maybe the things I crave are coming. That'd be really nice, and I'd genuinely appreciate it. I hope. I think I will, but then I'm not a greedy person. But then I'm thinking now, like, because I'm honest with myself. I'm always transparent, not for other people, but for me. I'd like to think I would be honest, like I would appreciate it, and I hope I do. But like I just said there, like 5 years ago, I moved into the house and I was so excited. And now I've picked at every little thing that bothers me, and it bothers me. But to be totally honest, though, I do appreciate it. Like the way I've made it as cozy as I can with what I have. There's still upgrades that could happen, but I've always considered it temporary, weirdly enough, because I've always known I'm big. I'm built for bigger than this. And it's not. That's not for, again. I keep saying not arrogance, but it's really not. It's more of a knowing that I've got a bigger calling on my life, and I don't see how I can fulfill what I'm here to do where I am. I feel like it was a place for growth. It was for me to develop. It was to isolate me from the distractions, more the distractions of people who didn't value me but pretended they did. It was a way to distance me from all those people, and it did it. And I've learned it, and now I'm ready for the next stage. And I feel like, yeah. So I never think for the moment that I'm going to be there for long term. Yeah, new adventures, full. That's crazy, isn't it? So I've never carpeted the whole house. When I moved in, I carpeted the bedroom because it had terrible carpet, and I was like, that was really thin. But I never did the rest. Like my daughter's room hasn't got new carpet, and I really wanted to have nice carpet, but she's only with me on holidays, and I never see myself there long term. So I'm thinking I don't want to splash out any more money than has already been done, because I think this isn't my permanent home, if that makes sense. If I didn't have bigger aspirations in life or dreams or have a feeling that something big is coming, I would have absolutely done it. But I've always felt it's temporary, and I still think that now. So if it's something's temporary, I get impatient. That's what it is. If it was permanent, I would just work on it. I would make sure the house gets carpeted. It would be even nicer. I'd make it the best I can because it's where I'm establishing home. But I feel like it's my own. It's a place just for my growth. Oh wow. Okay, this is in reverse though. So I'm not sure if it was in reverse. It did come out in reverse. Nine of Swords. So normally, Nine of Swords is like it's stuck in your head. It's bothering you so much. But this is like turning into the reverse of it though. So if it is reversed, which I'm assuming it is because it came out reversed, it's coming to an end. It's all that mental torture is coming to an end. So maybe they're finally going to be free. Maybe finally I am going to get that breakthrough. Who knows? But again, that's all going to come out from overnight. I get the signs of that as well. Like overnight, people will perceive overnight success and they'll be surprised and shocked. But it's like I said, I won't be shocked per se. I'll be shocked by the timing, I guess, because any timing is going to be shocking. But in terms of the work I've done, bloody hell, man, I've worked for years. For years. Oh, wow, yeah. Literally, look, a hand out like that, you know your worth. And that is leadership, but that's communication. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to bother asking my guides and things about like what they think of me per se, because I've already done it before. I'm not seeking to validate to people. I really just wanted to show people that there is a blend between the human experience and spirit's contribution to our life, and it's really important. I personally think it's important that we do understand that because it streamlines life in general. People might think, "Oh, you're naive." You're naive until it makes sense. I smile all the time because I already know what's coming and I already know it. And it's like, if anyone thinks anything else, it's like, you're going to be in for a shock. But again, I don't care about their shock. I just live in my dream. I'm living through my prophecy, my purpose. Again, yeah, look, stepping out, adventure. It's like travel, adventure. It's like going to do something new, going to do something different. Invested in ourselves, aren't we? Um, so yeah, I wouldn't say that. I think people might see me get up like frustrated and upset and things, but I don't think you'd ever see me to the point where you think I've just completely lost hope. I just get annoyed. Star again. I'll have it. What are the odds of that coming out twice? Yeah, nice. So it's quite strange, isn't it, that our current circumstances can really have a huge bearing on us. So, like for instance, I've got bills mounting like crazy, and my food. I'm in like a food crisis at the moment. I can't even afford shopping. It's outrageous. Now I've shown some of the things I've spent money on. I can be like reckless in that sense. Oh freaking hell! We've had that about 3 times now. Celebration, hell yeah. But the point is that these situations don't last forever. So like I could sit there and go, God damn, this September was a nightmare, especially towards the end. And I could go into October thinking, no matter what the signs say, October's going to be shit because the last month was crap, and I've got bills coming. I can see where the expenditures are. I can see how tight it's going to be, and it's no way we're getting through this any better than we did last month. This is going to be crap, and you can get depressed like that. You can start going, oh, every month's the same shit. Something happens somewhere. You don't know what day it happens or what hour. You don't know when or how, but inevitably something happens at some point in our timeline, doesn't it? Because nothing stays the same. So I could sit there and get really anxious about the end, like October being crap, and it could like eat me up, and I can get really, really fed up. And then at any point it changes, doesn't it? Like something positive happens. Doesn't mean it will, but I'm just saying, let's say something positive happens, you'll then look back and go, why did I worry? So you literally wasted a period of time where you could just be relaxing a little bit, really, not putting so much weight on your shoulders. Instead, you were stressful, and now it seems stupid that you were stressful because it's worked out. Like I said, I keep getting signs. They're answering me here. I'm getting signs through. You know what? I might just show it because I don't really want it. Some things I think should be private, but I really want to educate people on this. You're seeing the signs from Spirit now. They keep showing me, don't they? I mean, you're getting the cards coming out. They're showing me what's coming. They're showing me what I'm doing, how I'm healing from this, how we're going on new beginnings, adventures. Yeah. So now we've got 4 of Cups, and that's despondent. You're not very fulfilled, not particularly happy with the current status. Um, yeah. So we're going to go. I think what we do, rather than keep using my cards, because this is what I'm saying. This is me directly with my guides. I've not actually asked them anything specific. They're just interjecting because they're always with me, always surrounded. I get a lot of signs that I'm incredibly protected as well. Like, I mean, Archangel Michael knows at all times what I'm doing, to be totally honest. But again, that's my journey. It's going to put me in places, yeah, inspiring new beginnings, even a butterfly alert. So it's going to be something beautiful. And we just said about that, didn't I? Like, things can change. So we're seeing it here. We're seeing it here, aren't we, for the cards, right? So this is me without any of the TikTok stuff that I spoke about. Yeah, look. I think it's like this one's more like blind faith. You can't see what's coming. You can't see it, and you got there's choices and things. Yeah, so it's blind. I said blind faith. Really, oh freaking hell! It's like fairy tale end, isn't it? I think 10 of Cups, real happy fulfillment. That's like you could even put that into words. That level of happiness. That's elated. That's complete joy. And I've just said how hard my life is right now. It's a freaking struggle. I've got none of that. I don't have a relationship around me. My daughter doesn't. I don't get my daughter until the holidays. I do like when she does WhatsApp calls. She do that randomly. It'll just call and I'll just answer straight away. And we could be talking for half an hour, a couple of hours. Who knows what that goes on? But it's nice because we just vibe together, and it's nice to have that. But a lot of time it's lonely. I get on. You know, it's almost like survival mode, but I get on. I've got things to do. But that 10 of cups is completely different to that. 10 of cups is complete and utter joy. So that's the end of that old cycle, maybe is coming to an end. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to spice it up a little bit. So what we're going to do on this one now, I'm going to show some of the videos I've liked specifically on TikTok. Now, I want to make this clear. I don't go liking every video that comes up. So I'm not preempting any algorithm. I know some people are going to think that. You like that, so that's generated that video, done that. I don't like very often because I don't like to influence the algorithm. But sometimes if I get a number synchronicity, for instance, I might go, or something just resonated with me, or I felt an urge. Now, again, not every video. There could be a video, many videos that have synchronicities. They're quite obvious, but I'm like, sometimes I just get fed up hearing it. So this is definitely not influenced, these videos. At least I feel that. This is ridiculous. I don't, there's a lot of ones I don't interact with. Just to say that, right. And now we're going to go by what you've already seen through my cards. So you've already seen that. Right, I'm going to just shut this camera down now because we can't have that overlap in that chaos. Right, I don't even know how this is going to play out, but we're going to see. So, we're going to go and we'll probably go, should we go in reverse order? So this is going to be a bit mixed because there are some political ones involved here. I normally retweet the political ones, not necessarily like them, although I might like as well. Just try and go far enough back. So let's go here and we'll work our way up. If it's anything that's irrelevant, I'm just going to skip past it because obviously if there's spiritual stuff, not spiritual, if there's political stuff, if there's music, we'll have to just go past it. But this could be anything at this point. Anyway, let's have a look.
Davey, you are a head turner. I'm getting, there's somewhere you recently, some form of event, some form of location that you recently visited, and I'm getting, you were the star of the show. Heads turned, it's giving it girl, it guy, everybody wanted to know who is that person. Like, you caused a commotion. Oh yes, that is your energy, so potent, so magnetic, so...
Well, we're not going to go through the whole freaking videos.
We bring you...
Oh, this shit is so...
Oh, what a night.
You're definitely following your dreams. Again, the spotlight is on you. Heavy emphasis on the spotlight being on you because the Six of Wands and the Star just came out. I feel like you do have, maybe you are like, I can't even talk. Maybe people get tongue-tied around you, but maybe you are like a local celebrity, or like people know you in your town, or you're like popular in your town, or like just people know of you, right? People that you might not know who you are. And so that's the energy that this is giving. But yes, it's because you might be on social media, you might be posting, you might be on stage, you might be an influencer, content creator, musician, whatever it is that shows off your talents and show.
This person that's spying on you is very powerful. This person is a powerful person, or they have a powerful role. They could be a spokesperson. They could be authority. They could be someone...
You've got to be careful with this music.
Yes, 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 yes. You are about to get this amazing opportunity, and you better say yes. This is your chance. This is go time, I hear, okay? You're gonna have a huge breakthrough when this happens. I'm really strongly picking up on an offer, a contract, but this is gonna be a lot of finances coming your way. You're gonna feel very, very financially secure, okay? You're not gonna...
So what I was saying there before as well, like, look, you got my readings. I've had people say to me personally in the past, you've got these videos here. I'm going to say people who have gifts, they can check for themselves as well, Get their own cards out and ask. But like, again, it depends what our guides are prepared to pass on anyway. So like, for instance, if I'm being cloaked and hidden, which I've been a lot for my journey, which is frustrating, it's why the lack of growth at times, they're not going to let people know when they... I've had someone do that before, try to tap into me, and I was with them, like, we're trying to do something. I can't remember, we were doing like energy cleansing, and they couldn't even get a read on me. I had to literally give permission. They said this never happened before. They can't get a reading on me. So I actually had to give permission. That's how protected I was. It's like crazy.
Hey babes, I got a message for you. And today, the message, like I can see a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat. So I feel like you're really about to like pull something off. And it's gonna be like some magical mastery shit. Like it's gonna be amazing. And I feel like people are going to be like, wow, how the hell did they do that? They're almost like an overnight success. But you're going to be like, no, wasn't like so overnight. Like you've actually been putting the work in, whether it's to something in particular or just like.
Smart people don't.
Send that to Dave.
Guys,
You are some kind of grandmaster. Okay, what I was hearing over and over was grandmaster, and what they were showing me was a chessboard. Okay, so that makes me think of you on some kind of playing field with your enemies, and you are a grandmaster. I feel like the energy that's coming through is your enemies never saw you coming.
I get huge goosebumps, but again, I don't care about things like that.
I'm hearing that this is your last lifetime here. If you are seeing this message on your FYP, congratulations. You have done something extremely great in your lifetime, and this is your last lifetime here. I'm picking up on someone who has lived a very difficult life path where you were persecuted by every single person in your life. You were attacked left and right by dark spirits and entities and just targeted your entire life. And I'm getting that because you moved through all of these attacks and stayed a pure heart, a pure soul, that you stayed a generally good person, that this is your last lifetime here. So I'm also picking up that you most likely went through a near-death experience, okay? This is specifically for someone who has had a near-death experience in their lifetime. And that when you crossed over to the other side, you basically made a deal with the gods to be able to come back, right? And that
they want me.
I get the sense that the people around you are going to be shook. They're going to be surprised as to how much abundance you're going to be attracting in your life. With the Seven of Swords, what I'm seeing here is that you're not going to be afraid to be greedy anymore. You're not going to be afraid to play big. I get the sense that you're open now to attracting more blessings, and I see this coming for you. With the Five of Swords, I get the sense that maybe in the past you have had people who had maybe tried to make you dim your own light, but I get the sense that you had enough of this. And now there's no way that anyone's gonna take you out of your element. That's what I'm seeing for you. The Eight of Pentacles, you've been investing on yourself. Maybe you
I don't like sharing her too much, but this is my daughter.
I get the sense.
Looks so good. There's just something about your energy that comes off like you get to either sit pretty, you look cute. There's just something about your aura that comes off very adorable. It definitely makes people just kind of like, just take a second look at you for a minute. For those of you that are parents or you have kids, some of you are expecting, you definitely make people kind of look at you like, dang, like, ooh, like, oh, look at the family right there. Like, oh, you're expecting. Like, there's just something about your body that's adorable here. Some people like the way you dress even, and are just looking at your outfit kind of like, ooh, I wonder where they got this. Maybe I can get this kind of outfit. It really is just like the little things about you. For some of you, it's a certain fragrance you use even. With the Chariot here too, so people feel like you're really busy. Some people are just watching how you just constantly are on the go. You make moves like very fast and quickly in your life here. People are just watching you. They feel like you're very ambitious.
No captions, no hashtags in this video. If the video fell across your For You page, well then this message is definitely for you. Now, as you all know, please do not, so you can go ahead and scroll the next video, whatever you wish to do, that is completely on you. Now, here you are, checking your phone, checking your DMs, checking your text messages, wondering if you're gonna get a text from a specific individual that you've been talking to now for a while.
For me to like this video, because it has full of synchronicities, I can't remember the numbers, but I didn't really want to watch it, but I watched it. I think Spirit's alluding to someone in my life. I think they're pointing towards a potential thing. I've got fed up waiting for it, to be totally honest, so I'm not looking around waiting for it at all. But Spirit doesn't seem to let that connection go, so but I do get fed up. But because the numbers, I sat and watched it, personally.
Something really scary just happened to me, and I feel like this is the perfect example.
Abracadabra. Donald Trump.
Well, I had to.
Yo, I stay with.
Who checks on a strong?
Okay, you are due some super good news, and this is coming in soon. So, what is this that is unfolding at this time? The good news that is coming through for you. I have manifested the right souls to see this. There are no coincidences. Okay, so this is like you really being victorious after a challenge, after a feeling of a battle in a way. This is actually the hero's card, the hero's journey. You are a hero. You are going to be recognized as a hero. You are really reaching a level of like personal victory here. And it feels like you have come out of a sort of heaviness here.
Okay, let's see what you need to know. What's going on? How you doing? Six of Cups reversed. Holding on to the past. Something? What are we doing? Eight of Swords reversed. Maybe you're coming... Ooh. Hold on. Maybe you're coming to the realization that not everything needs to come with you to your highest timeline with this Queen of Pentacles energy. Ten of Wands reversed. It's almost fell out of my hand as I was doing this, so it's like you're definitely like... I'm hearing like chuck it in the fuck it bucket. Okay. So you could be let's just say removing things that don't serve you. You may,
if you're ever in a situation.
Ten of Pentacles right off the bat. I heard the Matrix is literally bending itself for you. Like, the things around you are getting rewritten right now. Life is bending. The Matrix is...
Excuse me, guys.
We have a lot of piles and a lot of details. This is the famous person that is watching you. Pile number one, you're gonna think I'm crazy. People are gonna think you're crazy when you say that you're with this person. It's gonna sound like crazy. This person is gonna reach out to you through a phone call or an email. This person is always gonna love you. We have Whitney Houston, like, I will always love you coming through. This person could be in a boy.
True or false when you
say I don't chase women.
When I tell you the universe has a plan for you, you better believe it, okay? You have the strategy card here, and you have patience. So this to me is just saying, like, baby, the universe is conspiring behind your back, okay? You don't even know what the spirit world has in store for you, like what God, the universe has in store for you. Like, the way your life is about to play out, the way your storyline is about to play out, okay? You're not going to be able to imagine it, okay?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but do you realize how strong you are? There are people out there who have been through things that's similar to what you have been through, and they are no longer here with us. I hate to say that, but that is a harsh reality. There are some people who have been through pretty bad things who are no longer here on this earth, but you're here. You're breathing. Do you not realize how strong of a person you are?
Channeled message. And if you know me, you know I don't do channeled messages. I haven't for a very long time. So if I'm coming on here, this is serious. Right now it is thunderstorming outside. And I got one hell.
This one's a weird one in the sense of the number patterns. Anyone knows 144 is the sign, is the number of the chosen. I think it's 144,000, I think, or something like that. So it's talk that there's a certain amount of souls that come here to have an impact on Earth to have a positive change. So it's 144. So if you see 144, it's a positive sign spiritually, a very positive one. So we've got 14.4k likes. So that points towards 144. On its own, you'd think, oh, that's yeah, okay. But then the fact that he's put chosen one in there for me, that just sort of like connects the dots. And if I was to favourite this one right now, it'd be 4141. So there's a lot of 14s there.
Hell of a download. The message is, fuck what they know. They don't know who you really are. They never did. They bet on the wrong horse. They fucked up. And they know it. You have a whole army behind you right now. You are about to pop off. You are about to be seen and heard on a...
I just got a massive goosebumps when he said you've got an army around you right now. And I know I do. So effectively, my spirit team go where I go. And if they need me to be somewhere, they're going to put me there. And of course, they'll support me with it. I had a sign back in 2020, before we go too far here, that I will do something in either religion or spirituality, which was new to me at the time. And I thought, that's weird. It said you'll feel novice at first. You might feel a little bit insecure. But the angels and your spirit team will support you with it and you'll do great. And I knew that back in 2020. And even then I was like, I don't understand why I'm going to be a priest. That's what I thought. I'm not even religious. That doesn't make sense. And now, obviously, the further I get on my journey, it's making sense. I get it. Who would have thought 5 years later I'll be understanding so much more of the experience from those experiences. And now I know they're always with me, and I know they will give me the guidance. And they will make me, even if you do feel a bit vulnerable at times, they make you feel strong. You'll feel the energy, So you got this. Effectively, just believe in yourself and know that, whatever's getting you somewhere is based on what you've done up to that point. So just be yourself. I think that's the biggest thing to anyone, isn't it? Just be yourself. You can't go wrong with that.
Grand scale. Rise, Phoenix. Roar.
Chelsea!
Yo,
You keep blaming.
Why aren't men making the first move?
No.
Man,
These videos.
If you are seeing this on your For You page today, something amazing is happening today. You're going to get some amazing news. This is something that shows up as, I feel like somebody was working through something that wasn't in your favor at first. Like there was some lies, betrayal, some behind the scenes things that was.
When a man is handsome.
We reached out. He federal. You almost crusade. Breaking this week.
Well, we've got a lot of political stuff.
I'm hearing that a group of people singled you out because in the beginning they felt that you were an easy target. They felt that you didn't know the capacity of what you are doing. And as time has gone on, they have found out that you are actually a lot stronger, a lot harder to tame, and a lot louder with your energy than they could have ever expected. Your energy is something that is sacred. It is something that has been wielded and crafted through lifetimes. And to it being brought in this time, you are here for a significant change. You are here to be a backbone, a voice for the collective energy. And these energies have been siphoning off of you from the very moment that you walked onto this plane. So recently, they sent something your way. They sent something to you to get in your thoughts again, to make you physically feel depleted, not having anywhere to go. But on the other opposite end of that, there's your guides, there's God, there's universe that have been ultimately protecting you through everything, through thick and thin. Because you have decided from the very moment that you woke up that you were going to choose the side of God. God is the winner. God is the one who wins at the end of this turmoil, of this chaos, of this destruction. And these energies don't want the collective to embrace that power. They don't want energies to too hopeful or too faithful to this light, this inevitable, peaceful, loving, considerate energy. You are somebody who has challenged these energies because they know they can't stop you. Your energy is something that is so powerful, and it is causing these energies to throw everything at you at this time. And they're finding out corner after corner, you know, coming at the darkness from every inch of you. It's like you are not blindsided. You know what you are doing, and these energies are finding out. They cannot stop you.
You're about to receive something huge. This is going to shock you. It's going to blow your fucking mind. Excuse my language. This is going to blow your mind. This is something that you guys have successfully sustained within your energy. It's something about that that's allowing you to be open to receiving. And I'm also getting this outside energy trying to attempt to cause some type of like resistance or stagnancy around your energy, but there's no need for you to focus on that energy. Focus on your energy here, okay? I feel like there's a need for you to stay in this space of receiving right now, because this nurturing that you have been putting into your energy is paying off here, okay? I have the Tower card, the Nine of Cups, the Empress card, and I have the Queen of Pentacles here. So y'all have a beautiful feminine energy here. There's something here that you're about to receive, collective, and you guys have been waiting for it. And I just feel like, man, you're glowing. Whoever you are, you're glowing. You're very beautiful right now during this time. You have a very beautifully successful energy. Y'all have new love that's coming in for you. That's what Source is saying. You have new love, and you guys you are being prepped for it, is what I'm hearing. You are being prepped for this new love, and
This show.
God is about to deposit something within your spirit. It's going to be the confirmation, clarity, and answers that you've been seeking. You may have been seeking the clarity, confirmation, or answers through external sources, or just from people that you trust, or even through social media. You scroll and you're like, okay, that's what God meant, or that's what God needs me to do. It's something about this situation that's delicate. Sometimes God can use other people to communicate to you directly, but it's something about this situation where God is coming directly to you. God is going to speak directly to you in a way that only you can understand. What
are people noticing about you? Spirit, what are people noticing about my collective? Let's get into it. Okay. I mean, the Empress being the first card out, people are noticing your aura is very vibrant. I feel like you're stepping into your most authentic self, and I feel like the way that you express yourself, even through your appearance, like all the inner work that you've been.
I want to say, yeah, obviously we've established I did my own cards. We've also got people clarifying in their own way, strangers that are there. But what I want to show here as well, actually, because the more I'm watching the videos, is look how many other people who have a spiritual inclination and they have their own gifts by delivering these messages, and they get to the people that are supposed to, because these all resonate with me. And it's not just one, it's like one after another. So Spirit is able to use these people to deliver a message. So it's not just like me having my experience, is it? It's like many other people. It's just some people pretend it doesn't exist. And I've just shown many examples of many different people who are delivering their messages.
Doing is showing on your external appearance, because you have done a lot of work. You've done a lot of internal work on yourself, and you look luxurious, and you honestly are standing in your own power. You're so comfortable in your own skin, and that also shows through in your personality and the way that you carry yourself. And also, I feel like people are just noticing that you have a really good judge of character. Like, people notice that the people that you hang around, or you're very particular about where you're going and who you're giving your.
I need you to listen, okay? This is pertaining to divine union. This is divine union materializing. Okay, listen. So
like you're now standing in your confidence and your power in that. And I feel like people are noticing that and would say that's really cool that you overcame needing to control like the narrative of you and how people see you. Like I feel like you're a person who doesn't care what other people think about them, and I feel like people would give you compliments on that for being so brave and not caring what other people think and just putting your creative projects or like whatever you've been working on to whatever you've been using your gifts, like whatever you're really talented in, whatever you've been doing, it's really brave to put your work out there and continue on even if you're not getting a lot, even if you're not seeing a lot of return. I feel like people would also say that you are a person who tries to live their life to the best of their ability. I feel like you're always closing out cycles, trying to learn. You're always trying to balance things out and see the truth of things. And I feel like you are a person who learns from your mistakes and you apply what you learn to optimize your life so that you don't make the same mistakes or so that new opportunities come your way and you're operating differently so you receive different, outcomes. I just feel like people would really compliment you on the fact that you don't just live your life all willy-nilly. Like you're very strategic, you're very intentional with your moves and where you're putting your energy and how you're moving through life to make sure that you're always growing and evolving. Especially seeing the truth through deceptive energies or situations. I feel like people would really commend you on the fact that you can see right through people's BS. And
anyway, that was the end of them ones. Obviously, it depends on where we started. I don't want to drag it out. It's been a really long video. I'm not sure I touched on every little thing I want to do. Look, to be honest, if we'd done this video maybe 5 days ago or so, I can't remember when I asked Spirit about all my guides. I asked Jesus, I asked Archangel Michael. It's a shame I didn't ask on camera then because it was really nice. But I'm not going to go through the hassle of asking them again. I consider it quite rude. They've given me their answer, and it's important I listen and you take it on board. To ask them again is, I think it's quite insulting. It's asking someone to keep repeating themselves. So like I can ask again in a month, 2 months, whatever, if I want to know where I'm at with my journey, but not thinking a couple of days later. That's just ridiculous. So it's a bit of a shame, really, that we didn't have that response. Because, like I say, a lot at this point, it would just be me regurgitating questions that they've already answered me already. And so far, so like, for instance, in my life, yeah, it's a struggle. It's hard. It doesn't look like much is going to change in the near future. That's what it looks on the outside. So if we had no comprehension of spirituality, and you didn't follow your intuition at all, and you're just literally going by your 3D experience, what you're experiencing now, it would build doom and gloom, wouldn't it? You'd think this is just a waste of time. Like everything I'm doing is a waste of time. But I know it's for a bigger purpose. When people are supposed to see what I do or whatever it is, they'll see it. So I'm proud of my journey. I'm proud of what I've accomplished. Whether people see, I always say that, whether people see my stuff in this lifetime is irrelevant to me. I've done what I came here to do. I've had a contribution to humanity. Whether humanity's seen it is irrelevant. I've done my contribution. All I can do is create it. And it's up to people then to see it and invest in it and all that. And I'm in no doubt if it's not in this lifetime, it'll be in another life. It'll be after I'm gone. Either way, it's there for. I created it in a period of time when I was able to create, and I think that sacrifice alone, it was worth coming here for. So, like for instance, if you think about it from that point of view, let's say I was brought here to have this experience, to go through so much hardship and trauma, to overcome it, transmute it, and then share that process with other people. And then I'll leave that as a legacy, a lasting impression for the world. And maybe people will read it at different stages of their life, and it will help them when they need it. And maybe at that point, I'm no longer here, but I left it behind for people, And I think, well, if that's what I came here to do, at least I've done it. That's where I'm up to. So that's what I think. And then, of course, we're getting beautiful signs that elevate beyond that to say, we're going to give you these opportunities. This is going to come. You deserve to have these things. You've earned it, and all these things. It's nice. Then, thank you. It'd be nice to have that appreciation. I'm not saying you wouldn't appreciate it. Of course, it'd be nice to be appreciated. It'd be nice to have something to feel good about, like beyond that, and have new experiences, of course. And that's what everything's alluding to. Like literally, even in myself, I had the 10 of Cups, didn't I? And they alluded to that. They're saying about a relationship potentially coming in. They're talking about like opportunities, and it all just adds up to what I did. And then I just said 144. Literally, look at the time, 11:44, and I said 144 in that other video, didn't I? It's just mental. It all connects. It's like people can try and disprove whatever the hell they want, but I'm sitting here experiencing it, and I'm just trying to show other people, open their eyes, and see more about like their experiences really. And there's more than meets the eye. So if patterns repeating, maybe there's a lesson in it, or if there's a bit of stagnancy, it might even be just part of the journey. Yeah, but it's up to us to seek the answers, but also be aware of the signs every day in our life. This isn't the only way I get my signs either. I was freaking all over the place. It's just crazy. So what I'm saying is, it's like this thing just clarifies this thing, and then this clarifies this thing, and all of a sudden, and then my internal thoughts match exactly what the hell's going on here. So it's like, this is great. I know what I need to do. So anyway, I think, I don't want to drag it out anymore. I think this was, hopefully it's helpful to people.